Adventure 2. On the left is the 5200 version for Atari 5200. It was published by Atari Age in 2007. And on the right, the Atari XE or 8-bit computer version, published about a year ago, around 2020 or 2021. This is a brief comparison video. If it turns out well enough, I'll post it on YouTube. And I'll just narrate and comment a few things that we see. We're in Kingdom 1 now. You can see a slight hue difference to the background. Now the colors are never identical when you play in an emulator, and they're not even identical depending what kind of set you're playing on an NTSC, North American set, but they're pretty close. It's a little bit more yellow on the newer version on XE, a little bit more green in this Kingdom, unfortunately, on the original 5200 version. So the screen on the left, there's a graphic change in the new version in the upper right where I'm getting that sword. I added a few logs and changes and a few other screens too, just so I could look at it and tell. This screen here with the waves we just saw in the 5200, I changed that a little bit too. So you can build bridges as shown on the left, and you can still do that on the XE version, but you can do it on the Broken Island screen as well. But you'll notice even though I'm building a bridge there, you cannot get over to the fountain area unless you use the carryable sprite bridge. I fixed that in the XE version. Once you build this bridge with wood planks, you can just walk over there. It's all open. There's a reason to get to that island. Sometimes items are hid on it, or maybe there's a hidden bad egg up there somewhere on some levels, such as this level. This is game 1 on both sides, which is easy and small. On the right side, the XE version, it's a little farther along. He's already grabbed the chalice and he's making a hasty retreat out of the hedge maze. When you carry the chalice in the XE version, you get a boost of speed. So it's good to keep it hanging around. Also, you see the yellow key there. I changed a little bit. I tweaked so that each key has a unique bitmap, because with the colors, it was difficult sometimes to tell if you had the yellow or green key in the original. So the different bitmap gives you a little bit more visual clues. And the magnet in the 5200 version, as you see on the left, is red. I brightened it a little bit, made it purple just for variety, and said that it would show up on a TV set. It's interesting because the emulation scene was different when I made the 5200 version, and I tested it on a 27-inch CRT, and it's a different world when you're testing it on an HD TV plasma or in emulators that are better. I recommend Altirra now. I used Atari 800 Win back in the early 2000s, which was fine. It was very accurate. Had some color issues that I didn't understand at the time. Reds would become purple or so on. So you basically need the yellow key to unlock the first castle, and then you take the chalice into it and you win the game. And on the right, he's almost done. In both games, see, the castle's still locked. You can stuff an item right there where the yellow key was. If you know the maze, and it changes across different variations, but you can do stuff like that. So he's won the game. And the title screen has a lot more statistics and different rankings on the XE version. So goodbye XE version. We have about a minute or so left of the 5200 version. I clipped a few things to speed it along. As you see, there are no east or west ports on this screen. There are in the XE version because I tweaked some things. Made it a little bit more open. And again, this is game 1. You only have 2 kingdoms. It's small. Kingdom 1 is the seaside or seashore kingdom. This is the green hedge maze kingdom. But there are 2 other kingdoms when you play medium or vast levels. The dragons are faster even in this first level on the 5200 version, and they're a little more ruthless. I'm having trouble with that green dragon there. They're a little bit easier on the easy levels of the XE version. A little slower at first, but as you go across the difficulties, they get hard across when you're playing on intermediate or advanced. So I think an easy game is a boring game. So I like to add a little challenge. I like my games to have a little bit of challenge, but of course you got to have a few easier levels. So it looks like I beat the game. So again, this is Ron. Thanks for watching. Take care.